Let's see. We will get started with questions from the Zoom. We'll get started with Miriam. Miriam, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Sorry, I was getting ready here. Hey, so congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
So this joining Canada, your thoughts on her, and is this what you expect from her, or expected, or thought she was capable of when you brought her aboard?
Yeah, I mean, expected. You know, I think I think that word is, you know, I don't necessarily think I would use that word, but I definitely believe, and we believe that she was capable of having these type of performances more consistently throughout the season, if the opportunity was there. And you know, she's played with a great player in Seattle her entire career, and you know, that's the pros and cons of sometimes winning championships and having a role on championship teams. You know, maybe you don't always get a chance to show what you can do. So we're really, you know, happy for Jordan that she's getting this opportunity to show how much game she really does have and how she can help lead teams to victory herself, being out there in the fourth quarter, overtime, making big plays, big shots, and really happy for her.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll go to David Yakowitz next. David, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. One of the things you talked about in terms of, you know, areas you wanted to improve this season was rebounding. And, you know, definitely having Shanae healthy and available. You know, she had several offensive rebounds tonight. Liz had several offensive rebounds down the stretch there. You know, just how important was that, you know, their activity on the glass this in terms of winning this game, and, you know, how being able to not be at such a disadvantage on the glass as you were at times, you know, last season.
Yeah, I mean, the injuries last season really decimated us. We didn't have a lot of size and physicality around the rim and in the painted area. Difficult for us to get rebounds out of our area, right? If the ball didn't come right to us, you know, we didn't have the length and size that Shanae and Liz and NECA and even some of our forwards and wing players that, you know, we feel like are going to be good rebounders as well. We thought that would help us defensively to go from a team that's been, you know, in the top 2 or 3 teams in the league defensively to hopefully being the top rated team in the league by being able to clean up more possessions with defensive rebounds. And then also being able to hit the offensive board sometimes so that teams can't get out and run against us. And so I think, you know, when looking at fast break points being 25-5, a lot of that is being able to offensive rebound at times on our end so that Chicago couldn't get out and run as easily, but also not giving up too many, you know, second chance and easy points for them. So it'll be an area of focus. We're going to lean on our guards a lot to be better than they were last year. And, you know, hopefully as a team, we can win the rebound game most nights.
We'll go next question to Edwin Garcia. Edwin, go ahead.
Yeah, Edwin Garcia. Swish appeal. In preseason, you had a close game where a defensive stop gave you the win. And tonight, down 3 points with 6.7 seconds left, you needed a score. In your experience as a coach, a GM, and even as a player, do you prefer being up and playing defense or being down but having the ball in offense?
Yeah, I mean, I prefer to be ahead, I guess. I mean, anytime you can be ahead in this game, you want to take it. But even when ahead or maybe, you know, behind like we were tonight, we try to remind players that it usually is always going to come down to having to get a stop in order to win the game, right? So if you're up 3 and the other team has the ball, you're going to have to stop them to preserve the lead and hold on to the win. If you're down by 3, you're going to have to get a stop to try and give yourself a chance to score and maybe still have a chance to win the game. So it usually comes back to defense, you know, even at the end. And, you know, we're fortunate to be able to, you know, on the road, you know, the first game of the season, we only had 3 players that have ever played basketball together in the WNBA. And so to find a way to win this game, you know, after turning it over 22 times, you know, the players just deserve a lot of credit for hanging in there, pushing through a lot of fatigue and adversity tonight.
We'll go next question to Nick Hamilton. Nick, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Very obviously, it's always tough on the road when you're in a hostile environment. But what did you think about Liz Cambage, and what is your overall trajectory for her as far as moving forward in the season? I know it's only one game, but what are you looking at her to do to improve upon?
Yeah, I mean, I think that Liz, even in the preseason game that she played in, some of the foul difficulties and challenges that just adjusting to the way the game is being officiated, the way opponents are defending her, et cetera. But after picking up the 2 quick fouls and her first half was kind of disrupted, we thought in the second half her presence really made a difference for us. Her size around the basket, even if she doesn't get the credit for the block shot, you have to think about it when you're driving towards the rim, and then her ability to rebound. But also she's a great passer, too. So she helps us offensively. She's an easy target if we're under pressure or duress. You can use your pressure releases through Liz a lot of times. Areas of focus in terms of improvement, I would say just valuing the basketball and not turning it over. But some of that when you're playing with new teammates, it's understanding where you need to pass the ball in certain situations and how to be successful playing basketball together. But overall, I think her presence, even at the end of regulation with 1.5 left, her length on the basketball out of bounds, she tipped the pass before it got in, and that's what allowed us to get the game into overtime after tying it up with the 3 free throws.
We'll go next question to Rico. Rico, go ahead.
Congratulations, Coach. Good job. Very well,
Thanks,
well
Rico.
done. Coach, really, very quickly, a command presence in the court. Every time she steps out there, we notice Brittany Sykes doing all of the things on the defensive end, and when she needs to contribute, she does. Your thoughts, your impressions of her debut with this squad, with this team?
Yeah, I mean, I think that Brittany is probably going to end up going, unnoticed by a lot of people or most people because we have such big names on our roster and other names that people may be more familiar with. But if you're watching us play at any time, and we hope that as many people are, you see the impact that Brittany Sykes has on the game on both ends. And, she may not have 20 points every night, but she's having that type of impact, like a 20-point scorer. She's limiting the opponent's scoring opportunities with great defense. She's a more confident offensive player than she's been, I think, in her entire career. She had a great fall winter over in Australia, and I think has really found a great balance to herself that's going to be big for us. And so on nights where we can get her a few more offensive opportunities, we would love to reward her for the effort that she gives us every night that gives us a chance to win, even if it doesn't always show up in the stat sheet on her line.
We'll go to Miriam next. Miriam, go ahead.
Hey, Derek. What is it win like this for such a new group? Like, you guys have just gotten together, your first game out, to hang on and win a kind of a crazy overtime game. Like, what's it say about this team, and what could it do for a team?
Yeah, I mean, road wins are not easy to get. And when you've never been, in the hostile environment, on the road, facing adversity, down 3 late, it's easy to point fingers and say it's somebody else's fault because you haven't really built that connection and that trust that great teams need to have in order to be successful. So, we hope that getting out on the road early this season for our team does provide us these type of opportunities where if we're able to get a win and fight through all the things that you have to win on the road, that it could help to bring us closer earlier in the season than maybe it would if we were at home. And it's something we can build on, and the more time we have, traveling, bus, plane, hotel, spending more time together as a group early in this season, especially when your final roster isn't really set until the day before the game. So, this group now knows that they're going to be playing some basketball together for a little while, and hopefully this win can be a catalyst to some good things here these next few games.
We have time for 2 more quick ones. We'll go to Mikkel next. Mikkel?
Hey, congratulations on the wins, Coach.
Thanks, Mikhail.
So my question for you is just your thoughts on the bench play, man. You got some big minutes out of Lexi, Kennedy, Chanae, Jasmine. What do you think they brought to this game today?
Yeah, I mean, to be able to, produce, 32, 37, bench points for, essentially, again, a group that's never really played a lot of basketball together. It just says a lot about their confidence, the belief they have in themselves individually, and I think also the joy that they're able to play with, on this team. Shanae, just what she's battled through and gone through to get to this point. Just happy for her that she was able to go out there and have a great impact on this game. Her defense and rebounding and ability to finish around the basket is great to have back. And we're happy for Lexi. She won a championship with this team a year ago, and so for her to have the opportunity to come back to Chicago and play a big part in a big win for us. Happy for her. And then our rookies. Jasmine Walker, who basically only played one game last year. We feel like it's still her rookie year. Great things. And, Kennedy in 12 minutes producing 12 points. As she gets more comfortable in how we play and what we're doing, we feel like she has a great potential, and then we're happy for Ray as well. So can't say enough about the group, but I was joking with James after that. I don't think either of us have played against each other in the last 2 years or more, maybe with our full rosters at any point. So, hopefully later this season, it was a great game tonight. I think the fans enjoyed it, but hopefully both teams with full rosters will be able to continue to compete at a high level and put out a good product for the fans.
We'll go last question to Maggie here in the room. Maggie?
So scoring 38 points off of turnovers.
Yeah.
I mean, how important was that in the practices in the past couple of weeks? Have you kind of foreseen that turnovers, that they were going to be that good?
Yeah, I mean, the number of turnovers, yes, that's consistently who we have been. We create turnovers, we force turnovers. We try to bring a consistency to our physicality, our arm length and activity defensively, but we have not been near that good in converting those turnovers into points. And so if we can continue to create the turnovers into the 20s, but then also convert those into 30 plus points, that just really helps our game a lot, especially on the road when you can create and force turnovers, for the home team. So it'll be tough to score that many points off turnovers every night, but we at least want to be point for point whenever we can. And, that saved us tonight, get into the free throw line and then forcing turnovers on the road. That's a good recipe.
Great. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks,
Thank you,
everybody.
Coach.